welcome to another video. This week we've been living with the 2023 Volkswagen Jetta, and I'm here to find out what makes this so compelling amongst its class, right? This is a compact sedan that's known to compete with vehicles like the Toyota Corolla, the Honda Civic, the Hyundai Elantra, and a lot of vehicles in that range. However, the Volkswagen Jetta has always been known to be slightly more premium while offering equivalent practicality and efficiency and spatial, features. So I'm here to find out, does the Volkswagen Jetta really stand out and does it really punch above its weight? Starting with the powertrain. Now this Volkswagen Jetta comes with a 1.5 liter turbo 4-cylinder engine that makes about 158 horsepower. You get two transmission options. You can either get a 6-speed manual or you can get this 8-speed automatic transmission. One thing that I'm really impressed by in this Jetta is the fuel economy. I've been averaging over 38 miles per gallon like it's no big deal, and honestly, that is a huge win for me on this Jetta. You'll also notice that the engine bay is very simple. Now Volkswagen is known to keep this very simple and do a lot of cost cutting, and honestly, you don't see any branding or anything. You have this loose rubber thing just hanging here to protect the hood. I'm not sure if it should be like that, but very basic engine bay, but decent powertrain. The trunk is also very spacious, and you're able to do a 60-40 with the seats, but if you can see right here, there is a little bit of a ledge, so it's not a fully flat floor. As we head into the driver compartment, we notice that this interior looks very premium. You wouldn't expect this on just a Jetta, but you know what? You got this nice soft touch dash with this fake stitching. Very nice color themes going on with the black and these silver accents and this nice aluminum looking trim. There is a lot of piano black plastic, but I feel like this looks better than that dull kind of plastic that's available on other base models. This one is being the SE, so it's pretty nice. Love these seats. No sunroof on this one, however you do have features such as automatic climate control, heated seats, wired Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, radar cruise control, rain sensing wipers, and then you also, when you start the engine, you also have this digital screen right in the center, which is pretty nice. Let's take it for a drive. First thought I had when starting to drive this Jetta is it feels surprisingly refined than I'd expected, especially considering the competition it competes with. It feels very stable on the road, partly due to the slightly longer wheelbase, the decently tuned suspension, and overall just feels like it's a quite rigid chassis. You don't feel like it's flexing or all over the place. So I like that and appreciate that, especially being a front-wheel drive car. It does feel quite planted. However, being a front-wheel drive car, I do notice that especially when you're accelerating, this thing lifts up a little and the steering feels very light and it kind of feels squirmy at times. But if you're driving like a normal person, that shouldn't be an issue. The powertrain is pretty decent. I like the engine. I haven't felt too much need for power. Actually, you know what? I take that back. When I was on the highway, I wish it had a little more passing power. This thing, combine that with the turbo leg, it leaves you wanting for more. And turbo leg, I do notice quite a bit of turbo leg. There's points where I'm trying to give some accelerator response. Look, I'll start driving right now. I'm going about 20 miles an hour and I'll put my foot down. Now, there was that about 2 second delay to even actually take off. And especially when you're passing on the highway or something, I feel like it extends a little bit more to 2 to 3 seconds. And I don't like it. I think it's a little too much lag for this low powered engine. But you get used to it. I feel like over the past few days I've gotten pretty used to it and I kind of am way more familiar with how this vehicle responds. Interior, I love. It's pretty quiet. These seats are amazing. I took this on a 400-mile road trip yesterday and it performed flawlessly. It's got great radar cruise control and I like the visibility. I like how the screen's here and not in some silly tablet. And this is a cabin I like. I love the way they designed this cabin. This screen's a little funny. The center screen is just a small square. You can customize it, but not as much as you'd expect. But overall, the backlighting and stuff is okay. But I'd prefer analog gauges compared to a screen like this because I feel like you could do a little more better with the screen. But it is clear.
it is easy to understand, and I feel like there's no learning curve or very minimal learning curve in this screen, so that's saying a lot. So overall, this vehicle feels very refined. It feels almost Audi-like. I wouldn't say it is Audi-like, but it does feel much more refined to the competition. It has great performance, especially when you put into sport mode. You actually do notice a significant difference in the way the throttle responds and it shifts. So I appreciate that. I like that, and I enjoyed that, doing that in the mountains yesterday. But I do feel like I'm a little wanting for power. This is where the GTI kind of comes into place, or the GLI in the sedan form. So I think that would be a great buy if you want a little bit more power and some more features. Nonetheless, I have come to appreciate this vehicle. The performance, the refinement, the comfort, and the fuel economy. I think if you're looking for something slightly different than the traditional like Hyundai Elantra or Toyota Corolla, then the Volkswagen Jetta is a vehicle that won't be leaving you wanting for more. Maybe reliability, maybe iffy, but it depends. I mean, these engines have been out for a while and these powertrains have been proven. But if you want something very, very reliable, this may not be the one. But again, that's saying something too soon. You never know. This is a fairly new model. But nonetheless, do your research. And if you feel like you're comfortable with this vehicle's reliability and reputation, I'm sure you won't be disappointed, because I've been enjoying driving this vehicle quite a bit. So thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next one. Bye.